A good great morning, guys. A good great morning to all who tune into the realest thing coming out of Guyana. You are looking at the Guyanese Critic Morning Live. You know, I did an interview yesterday with, I did one with the minister within the Ministry of Infrastructure, and I did another with Ganesh Maipal, opposition MP. And I hear a lot of things about me, what I've done, my attitude and everything else. And I realize this morning I received a call. I received a call, simply put, from a black man from the UK who has been following me for quite some time now. And we had a lengthy talk. And we used to have these lengthy talks in the past as I forged forward with what I wanted and what I wanted Guyanese Critic to become, what I want for this country. And that man reminded me of how I got here today. You know, they have individuals who seem to be lost and somehow believe that latching on to me, they'd be able to do something better for themselves. And you can't do nothing better from yourself by being a parasite. A parasite is a parasite. And parasites have not evolved for the better in the last million years. Right? And I say, you know something? I gotta remind people of who I am and where or whence I came. Because like, people don't get it. Somehow they feel like I just come here, just a drive, up in the place. You understand? And I just grew up just a big. It is hard work being the Guyanese Critic. It's not only hard, it's dangerous. I come out to get some vitamin D this morning. I'll do the other day when I went hunting, I get burn up. If you notice, my skin, I get burn up. So for those of you who don't know, let me go through it slowly. The man that you see in front of you and has now famously become the Guyanese Critic owned the position of being the realest thing coming out of Guyana. He was once a boy only known as Michael Rodriguez. He was born to parents Camille Rodriguez and Vincent Harold Hines. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you, Critic. I'm calling from Grove on the east bank of Demerara. I got a little history. I don't know how you could help me out with it. You got a man who come back from Venezuela, Guyanese man, right? But the man is homeless. He ain't got nowhere to live. And this man has lived on them stand at Grove Primary School. Now the man is a diabetic and his foot get infected. And he go to the clinic and get the foot looked after. The last time he got a scrapey foot. And since a scrapey foot, the man become disabled, he able to walk no more. So he left them on the stand them there lying down. And the scared thing and give him trying to eat. right? But I'm looking for some assistance. I call the police, I call the ambulance, all are trying to begging for some assistance to carry the man to the hospital because he can't move from there. And the man foot just rotting away and not taxi or nobody, no one for lift the man or assist the man in no way. So I asked him if he could help me because the police them keep pushing me around. I even speak to the commander, Inspector Isles. And yesterday afternoon, he promised me he'd get the police van to come and help me carry the man to the hospital. Until now, nothing, no assistance. So I know in what way you can help him out.
I'll deal with it immediately, brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. If you need me, come and come over to the school and reach you.
Roger. You there by Diamond School by the stands?
No, by Grove Primary School, where past Jimbo Bridge.
Uh-huh.
You come up to School Street, you come in there. You come in School Street by the Grove Primary School.
Alright,
That's in
brother.
Diamond Scheme, in Grove itself.
Roger, brother.
Alright, good, thanks.
How we just live like dogs, boy. Be so hard to be own self. Yeah, bear up with me. Bear up with me a little bit. Let me get this thing started out. Alright, we can get a response just now. People don't answer the message in the phone call like me, so just gotta wait a little bit. Good morning. So update on the task force said yesterday will not be open. No Guyana is not that can do so. It will be just as happened in 2000. Nothing new. This will be very bad for us in Rupununi and for our business. So the task force, I think we have to start a campaign. The people have to decide what they want. We might have to start a campaign to deal with the task force. We have to revisit whether the COVID-19 task force is serving Guyanese well, whether it is there to set Guyanese up, because the COVID-19 task force makes no sense. So if we gotta go across this country and create a ruckus, the COVID-19 task force might have to go. Now you could go some places open this portal in the party and having a nice time. You could go some places the task force lock them down. But there's no surge in COVID-19 cases in this country. We might gotta get rid of the task force. Right? So don't message somebody answer. No. So I was telling you where I come from. You know, a lot of people want to know who is the Guyanese Critic, where this guy come from, where's the program. You understand? There's a lot people have to say about me. People got mouthfuls to talk about me. You understand? People who couldn't even talk before now have their democratic right to speak. People who didn't know, people who the blind could not see. Now, as a result of the Guyanese Critic, they can see the light. Isn't that lovely? What say you, my brothers and sisters? Have you seen the light? I got preach for, yeah, I want to preach now. You believe the world is an easy place? Anybody remember that religion and these leaders who could have done magic and always got God on the side? God always give them a message. When the COVID-19 come and they realize anybody could dead. And if possible, everybody might dead. You understand? You imagine you didn't hear from these leaders? Eh? Who been? Can you remember who is the person who went on the first COVID-19 patient zero location? Can you guys remember that? Can you guys remember? Let me go back. Let me start go back. How free parking is in Georgetown? Yeah, I can remember that. You know, like I forget how I come here. And when a man called me this morning and said, Critic, I've been following you from the beginning. And he used to always call and say, here, this is what you gotta do. This is how you gotta do. I would like to see you do more of this. I would like to see you do more of that. I have come a long way. And the only thing upsets me about the naysayers is that they did or do not know that I planned everything. I worked hard every day to be here. I ain't come here by chance. That is why I don't have to align myself with nobody. I am the Guyanese critic. One has to ask oneself, what is the benefit? What benefits are there for me to be an affiliate of? Are you aware? Are you not seeing that this country has a single individual that serves more a purpose than an opposition? Are you guys not aware of that? It is a matter of fact. In recent times, the opposition leader went to a home of an elderly man and gave him a hamper, and this is about it. How much problems do you think the opposition collectively, the opposition members of parliament collectively, of which get millions of dollars of taxpayers' money on a monthly basis, how much work you think they do? If there's a problem that an administration, no new government, is not serving the people well, people got to beg for ambulance, people got to beg the police from Grove for go for pick up a man who genuinely needs help. Who you call? In Guyana, you can't call the Ghostbusters. Like you said, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. No, it's not here. There was New York a long time back. You understand? And in Guyana, the only zombie we got walking about and is a very jolly fellow, Lyndon Zombie Jones. We ain't got no zombie that you got to fight with. Even the zombies in we country is happy zombies. Lyndon Zombie Jones is a part of an organization that helps people. Normally zombies just frighten you. In Guyana, we zombie just make you laugh. Every other part of the world, zombie just frighten you. People frighten zombie. You understand? You imagine a weak country, things so nice. Zombie just make you happy? Huh? In Guyana, who you gonna call? The Guyanese Critic. It's only the hammer man you could call for certain thing. You understand? Now going back to where I came from. So I was born sometime in 1979. It's not a birthday kind of banner, right? So don't let me go there. I was born sometime in 1979, let's say. Sometime in the year of 1979. To a lady by the name of Camille Rodriguez. She there with somebody husband, man named Vincent Harold Hines. So he's a bastard. You understand? I the outside. I went to Starter's Nursery, St. Margaret's Primary, and then Brick Dam Secondary. Now my mother, being a single parent, we weren't the average family. You can't say average. I am, bringing up 3 boys as a, you can't classify as a single parent. But I am an average, I'm a middle class. I would be placed in middle class family. We was poor. You understand? We was poor. So me know but think, that's where me come from. Right? I dropped out of school at the age of 14. Before that, we lived a number of places because my mother was like a gypsy. You understand? Had she own demons and so she fighting with it. So, we had issues. But all the years coming up, what I was afforded from my mother is realism. That was handed down to me. Mainly, I was taught to be very truthful. My mother always used to be real with me. This thing what you're seeing, even though I just get real and put my mother on blast, I get it from my mother. You understand? It's my mother I get it from. I get you credit for that. She just didn't know how to use it. You understand? I come now, get it. And even use it against she. We gotta be real. If we being real, we gotta be real. You can't nice and spice. You can put hot, you put hot sauce. You want to put hot sauce. You want people to take everything hot in the food. It's better you drink the pepper. Yes, sir. It's a little touch of the thing you gotta put. You gotta be real about it. Somebody asked me the other day, what problem you got with your mother? And the problem I have with my mom is like me. My mother was afforded opportunities in her life. And each and every one of you have afforded those opportunities. You know what is the number one human opportunity? The opportunity to personally develop yourself. You could do that through educating yourself. You could do that through educating your children. You could do that through many different ways. That could be done. Right? My mother chose, as Guyanese, to live her life. You understand? Every day was a party. Blame the things that happening upon the people around. When it's not my father trying to hold shit back in life, it was the government. You understand? She chose that part. And that is what upsets me. It upsets me because you've been afforded the opportunities. You waste them, you know what you gotta say? You know enough for you, I gotta sit down and say to yourself, listen to me, I's a waste man. Simple and simple, I's a waste man. No, you know why I could speak to this and tell people like it is. Because I too wasted opportunities in the past. I too had business and I didn't study in business, I studied in rum. Again, next business I study in business, I study in woman. And then I wake up one morning and said, you have the opportunity to do a greater good with the knowledge that you have. Wake up and live. And that is when the Guyanese Critic was given birth to. When I decide, remember I know what's going on. A Portuguese, a black, Indian wife, 3 kids, drinking, whoring, screwing up. I realize, boy, you have all the qualities of the regular human being. You have all the experiences. What do you plan to do with your life now? And I chose to become the Guyanese Critic. I chose to use my skill, to use my understanding to better serve my country. We gotta move from here. This phone will get hot. This phone will in the sun. We gotta move from here. I pull something in my back. I want a nice spot. I started even sit down on the ground under the tree. I want to sit down on the ground under the tree. I just basically pull I don't know, something in my back. Even if somebody want to give me half of my little thing now, I can't do nothing about it because I go and pull my back. So let me sit down on the ground under this palm tree. But I still bring the phone in the sun. It is good. Out to the sun. Yeah. This is good. Yes, I'm telling you. I just want the phone out to the sun. Hola. Oh, God. We're going in there. And I want to be able to take off the shades. Hold on. Yeah. Alright. This is more nice. I could get the phone out to the sun and I out to the sun too. We're going in. This banner call again. Alright, well we can Blackie. I tell you yesterday I would go for Blackie if he call and don't answer. So as a man, I want to keep to my word. I don't want people feel well I was making joke. Blackie. And he's a good friend. But he got a little freaky and you know something is wrong with him. Yeah. So I'm telling y'all where I come from. Who the Guyanese Critic really is. Right? You don't become the realest thing coming out of a whole country and possibly the world. You understand? Just so. You gotta come from somewhere. You gotta be. You gotta got kagaj. I got a friend. They say you gotta got kagaj. You gotta got something. You understand? I sit down on a towel on the grass house and go bite me. Along this ball thing you bite up. You understand? I do it some biting. Yes, I'm telling you. So after living in Alberton, predominantly black area at the time, we went to live in Lagrange. In Lagrange, at the age of 14, I realized this thing ain't going no way. You understand? Because here when my mother is always tell me, don't worry, God will show you the way. So I'm looking for this way. You understand? I know wherever direction she go, this is the right direction. Hey, I tell you, boy. Since a very young age, I know them preachers is cans. Yes, sir. Now me, when I go to the Catholic church, I push somebody frame money in me pocket and that was it. Yes, sir. Now me, I buy chocolate, I buy sweet to eat up. Every Sunday I used to thief the offering. Me didn't fall for the thing. That was real bullshit. They used to get people upon. What they telling people. Right? Me don't fall for that. Me they know. So, at the age of 14, me say, here up now. Mommy there, she link up with God and they looking for some way. You understand? Me see he. She see he. She, for the most part, they know where she going. But every time, you understand, something go right, God go show you the way. Well, me calculate, if this man give you health and strength, right? He give you eye for see. He give you ears for hear. You understand? He give you mouth for talk. Right? And he got to hold your hand and lead you to make you act like you overdo the do, man. Like everything you want. You understand? Like everything you want. So me mother watching me mother say, man, if me a 14. This is a big woman. And all she hollers, God go show up the way, God go show up the way. Don't give a hand, foot, mouth for talk, ears for hear, eye for see. And then you want them for show you the way to me can't great lady, you ask for too much. Me get beat out and go find me own way. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Critic. I'm calling concerning Lenora Cottage Hospital. Whenever you go there, all they do is write a prescription and give you to go over to the pharmacy across the road on the public road. They don't even have Panadol. Can you please look into this?
Roger that. Will
you.
do. Mm-hmm. So they said the Lenora Cottage, it seems that the Lenora Cottage Hospital, and that happens a lot in Guyana. The Lenora Cottage Hospital seems to be working for the pharmacy across the road. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, critics. How are you doing?
Cool.
I think I want to ask when you named the APNU chap last night, right? Is who does put the documents in the box? Is it PP or GCOM?
Man,
I want to ask them.
man, listen to me. Listen to me. Remember, here, don't get worried and think you got to ask opposition MPs all the questions in one day. You will ask the opposition MPs question from now till we get old and ready for die that will never be answered. 100, 1,000, 10,000, and they can't answer it. There is no need to answer questions, my brother. You know what needs to be done? The people who led this country down a destructive path for 2 years actually have to come and say, man, here, we made mistakes. We made mistakes, we erred, and here what is the funny thing? While nobody will ever trust them again, these people lead or try to lead people who we ourselves have problems, brother. We got some of we like we rum, we got some of we like we woman, some of them like the man like man, woman like woman. All we got issues. So when you come to lead people who all have faults, acting like you're a paragon of virtue, people don't know you're bullshitting. You don't understand is where the opposition get themselves in. They're talking to, if the opposition of Guyana went to heaven and spoke to the people there about right and wrong, they might pass. Guyana is a country of people who all have faults. We all have made mistakes. So will you come trying to tell me, remember we know it's like your child. Mommy, me and do it. And your whole fudging mouth red at the lollipop. You understand? Your mouth red, red, red. I see you. The paper wrap. They're in under your bed, under your pillow. You understand? We catch your fare. And that is what the opposition is not realizing. When they continue to come and say things that are fictional, that is not in tune with reality. You understand? You ain't only get robbed. You get robbed by the other side, who you can't find what fault upon. You got to make up thing. Not to say that they're good. You understand? But first, in moving forward, brother, in a country like everybody, you're going to go and a conductor is a, look at a tout. You go to the street. A tout is a gangster, he on the road. But he working for his family, and so he want to be accepted in society. Even prostitutes want to be accepted. When you're coming to talk to people, you walking on the road enough women, and they look like they got all the thing, the ducks in a row. You understand? You know how much women they in half is prostituting themselves? The problem with this country is a lot of people are in denial. That is the problem with the opposition. Mainly.
Denial. Yeah.
Yes.
Because you work, you work. If a party member only old GCOM documents is 5 years in jail. So why them telling them poor supporters that them find is GCOM, is Mingo have to be all and feeling and we them have to be all and comfortable with that?
Bear in mind, the same people, here why they gotta choose one side. Because these same people, they're coming and saying that the people are being victimized. So Lowenfield is being victimized for doing wrong things. But he ain't responsible for the papers in the box. You understand?
No, the PP responsible for it.
Yes. Now here was the funny thing. The leading man who attempted to rig the election is Mingo, who was in charge of Region 4, and they're making claims that boxes were missing in Region 4. And the funny thing is, Ganesh said boxes were missing in Region 4. No boxes was missing in Region 4. Documents that they suggested were supposed to be in boxes were not there. You understand? Documents that they suggested was supposed to be in boxes. But I covered this story already. The Constitution says it doesn't have to be. Those documents don't have to be there.
I know that.
Ballots do not have to be accompanied by those documents. So even that argument makes no sense.
Right, I know that.
Their problem is not just regular denial, because denial can be intentional. You understand? Because if you say no, and I know and you know the right, and you say no, it is not so, you have denied that. So we are suggesting they are in denial. But it's not accidental denial, it is intentional denial. What hurts them, what will hurt them, and continue to hurt them day by day, is the fact that the people who you're talking to are not fools. We all got we background. Them gal were driving a car limited 25% of all of them. Woman got to do something, forget something outside. So although you see a girl moving as a prima proper, she know that watch eyelashing outside, I forgot 2 months for pay these bills and all. So when you talking about right and wrong, they're looking right and doing wrong. You understand? What the people will not do is say that, oh, well, me just do wrong, let me left the opposition for do wrong. Because in you, the opposition, doing the wrong, you're affecting people's lives and people ain't taking them chance no more. You understand?
Yeah.
And they do not realize they're playing into the hands of the PPP. The PPP is building its strength every day. I should not be the primary person that you have to turn to when you need help in this country. It should be the opposition. I should just be the voice. And look at what I have become. One single man. They are not realizing that. One single man has overtaken the opposition's job and position. How can you afford that to happen?
You know, I said when the PP accept defeat and walk out of the office and became a strong opposition, I said Guyana would have moved forward in a full democratic blowing country, because all political parties make mistake and all political parties do good. But what I see them doing, is leading Guyana to be a one-party state.
By dangerous. Dangerous.
That is what
I am
see
talking.
these people doing.
I am talking
One-party state.
to government ministers on a daily basis. I'm talking to different people. And when you hear with these people plans and you look at the opposition action, I know it is dangerous because remember, they're telling me about the plans that they have for the future and the people. And I know that it is good, right? And I know how the people will buy into it. At some point in time, the government gonna look like God to the people, right? And we can't have, we have to have them looking like that, but we have to also have a strong opposition that in the event they start feeling like God, you understand? We got control of them. Because I am telling you, it is a human thing. If you are going to be, if you are going to do, because they got real plans for people, and when they roll out these plans, and the people really get for love them and like them, and they just decide to trample on the people's rights, who is there to represent us? I can't do this thing alone. We need a strong opposition.
When you look at the opposition going around now and say they're representing Afro-Guyanese. You put the opposition to sit down and ask them why is the lead of the Afro-Guyanese in Guyana.
They don't know.
You know why? Because they don't visit the Afro-Guyanese communities. And when they visit it, then you share big words and them talk the different, them top language, and then come back with nothing. They don't know what's the needs of the Afro-Guyanese community. So they're only trying to bluff themselves that they're representing Afro-Guyanese community and then want Afro-Guyanese. I hear Kadari calling for market in Boxan. Market is not the answer. They have to produce first. Then you can think about a market.
And here now, when they set up a market in Boxon, who you believe will go stand there? Them Maripo people.
So, these people talking about Che Madness, part. Throughout the East Coast, all the Baghdad lands them in bush. All the Baghdad lands in
Well, I could speak to that. I could speak to that. My brother,
you have to produce.
Hear what I'm telling you. I could speak to that. I made an investment, and I was talking about my history and where I came from, and we can include that now because it plays right into the narrative. I made an investment adding up to millions of US dollars. Before I became Guyanese Critic, I had purchased a manufacturing facility at College and Industrial Site. Now remember when I said you can't purchase a manufacturing facility and there's no record. You understand?
Right.
You can't purchase a man like me, come from Regent Street, you can't purchase a manufacturing facility and I take mortgage. So when I say millions, you could imagine what happened, right? So there's record. One of these days, somebody can poke me and I can show them. Now, the intention was to create jobs for the displaced women of Buxton, Nabacalis, Pleasance, and all these kind of things. Because, why? Not because I'm the foremost black advocate, black rights advocate, because the backlands of these communities, the women were needing jobs. I need people to work. The women, I was working out a formula that I felt would have worked well for people. Because you got people hungry and need jobs. The women need jobs. The backlands of these communities have been inundated with overgrown bushes. Right? So, me say, what we gonna do? Me gonna hire the lady them in the factory for Canon. It is a Canon factory. Formerly Sokoko. And I renamed it Premium Manufacturing. You could go and Google it and see. Michael, my big son, he know for blow bottle and all them. Sean and Michael used to blow bottle at the factory. The pep, the Coke bottle, we just drink the plastic bottle. We just make that me factory. You understand? Okay. Them picnic, where you see the boy running a business, they're not now come. Them been in business and seeing what we doing all the time and know anything is possible. The plastic bottle that you drink from in a Coke or a Sprite or the rainforest water and all these things, clear water, they're manufactured here. And I had a manufacturing facilities make the plastic bottle. You understand? One of the manufacturing facilities. We used to can, the only canning factory active and accessible to Guyanese in Guyana. So now me say, we're going to create jobs for these women, single parents women in Buxton, Nabacalis, Pleasance and these things specifically, Not because I'm a black advocate, black rights advocate, but because those backlands for those communities were covered in bush, and people need jobs, and you will get from them. They're hungry for work, right? So I concentrate, make a good plan, but I go make money too. Now the plan is to get the government to buy in, to clear the backlands, create drainage and irrigation, and then the youths them, man, give them land for going plant. Now my plan is that I will guarantee to the bank that I will take their produce, can it, and pay the bank. So they would have gotten loans. These youths were riding all over the place and then doing not one job. So the men them gone in the backland, the women them come to the factory, and we got the ball rolling. Right? The Minister of Business at the time, Granger's son-in-law, Gaskin, came, visited my business with a Negro man, a bald-head Negro man, might still be at the Ministry of Business, and a day I want talk tea, and I can roll up penny and talk tea in front of everybody, let us see. Now, I showed Minister Gaskin positions and seats in my manufacturing facility at College and Industrial Site that had space for 78 people to create jobs. At that time, the government did not create any jobs for anybody. 6 months in their tenure. Right? Now, when I rolled out the plan that we had for the development of predominantly blacks, here were the black man were there with Gaskin asked me when Gaskin moved aside, you sure, boy? You sure you're planning for all them things that only black people, mostly black people hire? I said, well, them is the most disenfranchised people. You understand? I told him, I said, man, if you get an Indian man, a fork, a little knife and fork, he gonna eat the roti with the hand, and he gonna go and take the knife and fork and plant something. You understand? Yes. Like it's in the nature for just find a way just so. So I said, man, I can try with black people. We gonna work together and see how we can develop ourselves. Because remember, at the time, it's a predominantly black government. It's a pro-black government. So I said, here, we gone in the clear. You know the man who was at the Ministry of Business, a black man, by the way, who is with the minister, tell me, black people, by you sure black people you hire? Right? No. When he gone, I run to PNC, man. And I said, boss, we got a problem. They got a black man working at the Ministry of Business there. And he, like, the Senate, like the PPP got he there for hold people down. That's how I seen it, because I can't imagine a black man against black people. You understand? I said, like, somebody Senate. So, I go and tell this man, you know what this man tell me? The man said, buddy, the man might know what we talking about because we people is a funny people. Now, this man would tell me this thing. Here I tell you. This man would tell me this thing. He's also a black man and was high up in the PNC. Right? Yeah. No turn wrong back claiming to represent the black people. So when the man tell me that, right away, I gave up on business, gave up on hope of doing any business in this country, and right away, I started drafting plans to become the Guyanese Critic. This is only 7 years ago I telling you about. You understand?
What you telling me there is things that I knew. Because I tell you, these people, that's only said they're representing black people, is making black people a clown. Because I tell you, why you think, if you go to these people tomorrow, man, and I want the international body to put money to their face and say, you know what, come up with a plan or tell me what is the problem of our, the only thing the PNC see for Afro-Guyanese is public servants work. I can tell you that clearly. Anything in business for Afro-Guyanese is out of the question for them.
You see, here was the funny thing. And I think the PNC has strived on that for years. And they got to change the modus operandi. They think, well, they know that in a public servant job, we guarantee how we got you. If you go into business, God and I can't stop you. You understand?
Right.
Because your development depends now on you. And blacks will start catching on their ability to do and their skills. If you look at the black communities and look at when a black man fire, where we say fire, you understand? He just broke out from the community. He don't even turn back.
Right,
you understand?
That is,
he figure out that this necessary is not something for dying. And we
Right,
have
that's
to get more blacks turning back and going to the community and pulling people out. Even if the community pulling you down, yes, and pull the people out.
man.
And then the
Let me tell
community
you
go disseminate and the people gonna rise up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I came up with the plan, I just realized that here, this is a good plan. And behind the plan had solid financial benefits. But them calculating what? Create, because you imagine, you bring blacks and bring them into a manufacturing facility and they're seeing how things, you know, body education is the key to success. And it is not education based on, and people don't just misunderstand it. It is not education based on reading and writing. Knowledge, learning itself is power. When you train a man to weed, simple weed, you give him a machine and show him how to weed, he has an understanding. And he becomes more in depth with that specific thing. And in learning, the human feels empowered. That is why jack of all trades, so if you notice, every jack of all trades is presumptuous. So he didn't start as jack of all trade. He does normally be a presumptuous person and he's just pushing himself and he know this and he know that and he know this. It is an empowering feeling.
Let me tell you what happened in Guyana. Guyana economy driven by the lesser educated people in Guyana. The farmers, the lag cutters, the fishermen, the masoners, the miners. But the problem is the PEPP know how to deal with the lesser educated people in Guyana and drive the economy up. The PNC never work out how to deal with that.
Listen to me, you want me to tell you is the PNC? The PNC really and truly is some of the lesser educated people trying to play the educated because them can't be educated and can't figure out their own people.
That's that is if you go wrong. The miners, the fisherman, but the PP just go in the flats in the mud and then stand up on a couple course where they like do this and the
people good for them, right?
Them language. You understand?
They're good for them.
They understand the language. But the PNC now is a me just call them a Queen's College party. Them doesn't know to go in and listen to cursing and listen couple man curse and then talk to them and ask them their needs. If you want me tell you, I was proud when we get a poke knocker minister for the very first time in Guyana. That is Simona Bruce.
Yeah.
When I go to Arthur Chong Center and listen to Simona Bruce and Stratman, it was a disgrace and it was something I walk out. And I said, wait, this is a disaster. Me and one of my friend walk out. He said, this is a disaster. Well, that is the reason that anytime I see the PNC, I go say, which part of the Afro-Guyanese I represent? Because the largest business people in the mining industry is Afro-Guyanese. And if I just cannot work with them, a billion-dollar industry, and I can't work with them, me don't know who I can really work with. Because you all hate mining. The first thing you all going, you all never sit to the miners and talk to them and say, man, how you all getting this duty free, and if you affect you, or if you never affect you, you all come right away. No duty free, no fuel from Venezuela. Northwest cannot carry fuel. You don't put a proper bar to carry the fuel to Northwest. The fuel will come from Venezuela. You just go and stop it. You just stop everything like you're a madman. You close down almost all the mining. So who you were fooling people now that you represent the public servants alone? You can't represent all Black Guyanese. You represent the public servants alone, and even to the public servants you not represent, because if you look at the unions, the only strong black union you get in Guyana is the teachers.
You imagine the government, the no opposition, when in government, fostered a Black Lives Matter movement when black people come out and hollering Black Lives Matter, right? When the police black, the nurses them black, and everybody in the public service black. So, and this is the government fostered their people set up this thing. You understand? This crazy. How does that work? You set up a Black Lives Matter movement. It's Christopher Jones and them been in. Them is the government. And the police black, the nurse black, everybody. So what really black? What problem black people got? Oh, sorry, wrong number. You know? Like this country can't be a real place. Yeah, it can't be a real place. Here. Let me go it over again. Black Lives Matter movement was fostered in Guyana by the PNC. Right? Plain and simple. They ain't come out and say, no, man, this can't happen. But Black Lives Matter movement in America is really blacks against the whites. And the treatment of blacks by white police. Right? That's how we really get this thing moving. So if Black Lives Matter come to Guyana, what black people saying? That the own problem is black people? Because who is the police? You understand? They should have called it Black Lives Matter Backfire. Or Black Lives Matter 2.0 minus. You understand? I can't understand how you can get a Black Lives Matter movement when the police is black, the nurses is black, the government was black. What really is your problem? No, y'all explain to me, man. What really, how this thing matter? These people are amazing. It was like, Black Lives Matter. I try to calculate. The Indians should have started Indian Lives Matter. You understand? That would have been because you got a black government, black police, black nurse. How do you get a Black Lives Matter movement with a black government, a black police force, and black healthcare system? It's blackout. Oh, God. So we're going back to a little bit of my history and where I come from. So people are going to know where we're going. And what I got to do, I'll be doing episodes, I'm going to pull up back videos because a lot of people don't know where the Guyanese Critic come from. What I've done and what has me here today. You know, enough people know these things, right? They think I just appear just a dry. Right? To them. Now again, somebody said I got to explain. Black Lives Matter movement was fostered in America. And this is as a result of the bad treatment of black people in America. No question. Bad treatment of black people in America since the beginning of time. You understand? They literally had to fight to sit down alongside a white man. You understand? America is a country that had white bars and black bars and all them things. A real division. So Black Lives Matter movement is the 21st century civil rights movement. You understand? Hey, brother. Where? Roger. So, by telling me the movement is spawned, but nonetheless the intention was a political one. You say we beg to differ. I think we should hold a whole episode on this Black Lives Matter movement and get people calling. You know why I got to do? It's been more of a one part on my side. And what I done start doing it is have interviews, more interviews. I'm good with that, you know, interaction, people will be talking to people and so on. So I'm looking at more interviews. Today is cabinet, so ministers out, or maybe later. So I'm looking at opposition MPs, more interviews with opposition MPs, and possibly the opposition leader right now. We got to sit down and have an interview. And people are asking Critic how you're moving so soft and so with them. But how do you deal with people? If you want to talk, we can't argue. I got to listen. I got to listen to this. Maybe I could do my commentary after and look at things from an outside perspective. Like how we do an interview with Ganesh, then we look at the interview and then we have a discussion. Right? So things like that might have to happen. So, we're going on. How far are we there in the game? Anybody else wants to call? We got 5 minutes just now. Is what happened just now, man.
I get cut off there for you.
Sorry, brother. I didn't know. You could finish up what you were saying, because we're wrapping up the program now.
Yeah. Yeah, let's tell you. These people don't have no business plan. That is the reason why they're saying the people discriminating. Because if them get on the ground and then speak to the less educated people that driving Guyana economy, you understand? They're going to come up with a better plan for the miners and for everybody. But they don't have a business plan because they don't go on the ground. You understand? Then don't go on the ground.
Tell me something, Chief. Tell me something. A lot of times when we're talking to people, we don't know who they are, and for good reason. People want to share their views, but they want to get no big tangle tech. But give me a little bit of your background that affords you this understanding. Don't call name and all them things. Nothing gonna give you who you are. But give me a little bit of your background before we get an understanding. Straight up.
I was an activist and non-government activist in high school.
Okay.
Then I become an activist. I'll go down all to the political parties there. You understand?
Okay.
But I find that the PNP is a more grown party and understand the ordinary man in Guyana more than the PNC.
So you're an Ansgrove man?
Yes.
Right.
So I mix. Let me tell you the biggest art I ever get. When the former President David Wayne they come to Ansgrove, he come for keep up this girl Hamilton when she tap the country CXC. And you come to a mining village that powering away. And you know what that man said? Oh, I come in and I see Aranka, everything mark up, God bless Aranka, but Aranka make it no more. I said, what ignorance I hear in my biggest headache. A leader for a people come in an area before you tell the people them. I want to see you all take the mining money and invest in our children education and invest it in other industry. Yes, and we're going to walk that to invest. I say, what ignorance is this I hear in here this night? And I walk out and I start
laughing.
Hey,
you're a real country, man. You're a real country. Here why? When we got in place, right? There you go, box it us up. It's just a hashtag. And what ignorance is this?
Yes, sir. I said to myself, I asked myself, this is high-class ignorance I see to the big listening to. I just get up and walk out. Because I say you want to give me no more ignorance. You understand? When I deal with these people, I say I don't want no more ignorance. Because you see, let me tell you. You listen to all the people that's banging to the sugar workers. I want to say I take the sugar money. And I want to say I educate our children and create business. I want to say our children put on suit. The people have more what it takes to the flat-foot people in Guyana, and the people always beat them on that part. But it's almost a year now since they lose the election. The people lose the election the last time and take all the duty-free gasoline that the government does give the opposition and drive around and keep him eating all over the country. Them take them for driver and I must just get I don't know how to do it. But I see them going around
you know, a man put forward something to me the other day. And the man said, Critic, the only way the PNC might see power gain is if you join the opposition, or the opposition see power gain is if you become a presidential candidate for the opposition. What do you think about that?
They're not allowed to become a presidential candidate because they get a Queen's College army mentality. So you got to go back to Queen's College, and then you're going to become, they're going to accept you. Then doesn't go below the Queen's College standard. You understand?
Sad.
You know the most awful thing in Guyana, that one great man taking out 60-something people. That is the awful thing in Guyana. One great man, Barra Jagdio.
Barra Jagdio, boy. Barra Jagdio.
Alone, 60-something people. This man gets 60-something people on the road.
You know,
and just
when you see the man, here, you know, some people just watch me, them say, by critic is a boss, is a boss. When you come so far and conquer the conquerors, when you see Barra Jagdio, if you know what it's about, you better take your rags, blow the snot from your nose, and pit out. You understand? Because the 65, that's no joke. They might ruffle every feather. You understand?
This man is a John. This man is a bad man. You understand? When I tell people, I say, the man is a bad man. The man is a leader. That man is a leader.
And I telling them, I said, bro, me ain't got political, y'all follow. You don't have to say that you take this man thing. Look at the opposition leader. The only time you see the opposition, and he, like, I don't know if they don't listen to me or they notice it. The only time you see the opposition leader is when some criminal they protesting for. You come every Thursday for 5 years. You understand? The opposition leader come one day, he answers some question. You don't realize he ain't able to answer question thing. You understand? We'll do a different format. But you have to keep coming to the people. Come and sit down with me, call me and say, critic, here, we go do something every month. You understand? Me there, I would not turn them down. If they come and they cost me. Look, yesterday people message me, critic, you're going to do better. You're supposed to mash up Ganesh. I said, what Ganesh is saying, what is the facts is a different story from what is Ganesh is saying. I don't literally have to insult Ganesh and curse Ganesh and choke him upon the life.
No, you know it.
You understand?
Yes.
Bro, we talk, it was very interesting. You understand? This morning, let me do this more often.
All right, thank you very much.
Safe, bro.
All right.
Countryman. So guys, yeah, take care. I got some work to do. I go and a little energized. I complete the story of who I am and where I come from. Right? But today was very interesting. I want to thank you guys for your continued support. And I promise to always keep it real. I ain't promise nothing else. I never tell nobody when you come, you're going to be happy. You're going to be pissed off. Some people are happy. Some people get an orgasm all when they're here. You understand? You get orgasmic feelings. I can't say how you're going to feel. But I can tell you I will be real. Take care.